Hello, everyone. This is a discussion series with Nishant Mittal here. So, this series is basically aimed at discussing with professionals in electronics and technology industry about what they are working in and what all are the technologies which are in the recent trends, and sharing some knowledge about their experiences and various challenges they experienced in their industry. And towards the end we would be talking about their active involvements in blogs and things like that. So for today we have guest Mr. Soumya Basak, who is an IoT guy, and IoT is majorly a hot topic right now. So we'll be discussing about IoT, all the myths about IoT, and let's hope that he would clear all those things for us. Hi, Soumya.
Hi, Nishant.
We are having this talk series on IoT today as a major topic, so we decided to talk to you about it. So,
Right.
can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to this particular interview sessions. And yeah, I'm Soumya. So I have around 6 years of experience in embedded development industry, design and development industry, from the system design to development. And I started my career in the year of 2009, working on the electronics for you as microcontroller based 8-bit and 16-bit microcontroller based home automation product design and development. From there, I started working on learning from the embedded Linux and working on different architecture, ARM architecture, from Samsung to ST Ericsson, and also including ARM. For the Android embedded Linux like Debian, Armstrong, and also the Yocto projects for the feedback development for open embedded projects.
Oh,
So
that's quite a
my
lot of
current,
things.
yeah. So my current project is on the IoT development based on the Yocto project is in sensing the device sensors, also the actuators, which is using basically for the car infotainment or automotive infotainment systems, and also for the home automation.
Okay, Soumya, can you clear the myth about IoT? Like, why is it called Internet of Things? Is there any internet in it?
Yeah, the diverse of this IoT, or as you say, the embedded Linux or the Android is heart of this is the internet connection. So without internet nowadays you can't think about anything. Say for example, in our day-to-day life, we have the using our IP phone or kind of IPTV, smart TV based network, or we are using in our window and also the door for the locking system and everything. So everything having the smart sensors and also the actuators. And if anyone is outside of the range area or kind of things, they want to operate those things wirelessly. For those reasons, we need one of the network, which is a secure network. Say, for example, the wired network or kind of wireless network. So, internet, I can say, it's heart of any of the embedded systems development, and also as well as IoT.
Okay, so like everything is open source, like whatever you are talking right now, everything is open source. So,
Right.
how exactly does open source play a role in IoT, and how much is open source effective for a business to be used?
And the open source industry is born based on the Linux operating system. Once the Linux is growing further, and people are using in their product development and all those things, things from the mobile phone to any of the car automations or kind of other things also, which we are using in our daily lifestyle.
But
So,
don't you think that open source reduces the quality?
no, in case of quality, so if everything is open, so people can framework their own needs, and also they design accordingly of their own, depending on the requirement of a customer and all other things. So
Okay, so
it's one of the advantage of availability of the source code, which is completely open, and also which is having the very good documentation on the internet to easy to learn for
yeah,
anyone
that's
wants
a
to
very
develop.
important thing, that it has a very detailed documentation available in internet, which is not there for some licensed softwares until and unless you buy those licenses.
Right.
So, how do you connect open source with Internet of Things? Like, do you say that it is a heart of Internet of Things?
Uh, yeah, it's a heart of Internet of Things. So say some of the operating systems right now is for a few years back, which is launched, which is based on the about the new architecture which is coming onto the market. And for those architecture people are using, they do not have a lot of things integrated into the architecture for a specific proprietary needs and the customer needs. And also, if anyone wants to porting about the BSP and also the operating system onto those architecture, so they want to customize the kernel and also the BSP for according to their needs, the drivers, device drivers, and all those things.
But
For that
many of
reason,
the
I can
feedbacks
see.
which I get is that these drivers, whatever you are talking about, in open source, it's a hell of life, right? In order to install the drivers, like suppose I want to use any hardware kind of thing, like suppose not even a single printer, suppose a single printer, if I want to install it, it becomes a very difficult task in order to install the drivers. So how do you imagine an IoT device being integrated to such type of open source?
We actually supporting what are the backward compatible onto the IoT or into the embedded Linux development. So we always focusing on the backward compatible on that, which is existing devices already there. We
Hmm.
all have the support onto the new OS or kind of whatever we need in the proprietary senses.
So
So and
IoTs.
other things is about other things is about we have the two phase which is people are very much interested to using the user friendly Windows based operating system,
Hmm.
and also people are those are the developers or want to do something on new to their own. They are using the any of the Linux level operating systems on that.
Okay, so
So if uh, if anyone is using any of the device which is not supporting the Linux, any of the GNU Linux operating system,
hmm.
I guess those device having their manual on the internet, which is showing how you using the device, and some technical informations also of the on that device. So for that, people can start writing their own codes and making their own tools. So it can be a great fun that if anyone is inventing something new, and also those things is merging to the open source or the existing code. So we are readily accepting those things if it's working fine for the new device, and
Of course, it's
it's
just
not.
like you are inventing your own device drivers, right?
Yeah, right. So,
Because you are writing the own source code for working those devices and things like that.
right. Yeah.
So open source basically came from software industry. So nowadays even hardware industry is also going open source. Like if you see Arduino and Raspberry Pi and all those boards, so they all are going open source. So what is your view on this?
Yeah, sure. So nowadays, if you have a handy Raspberry Pi or kind of BeagleBone Black, uh, which is a very handy board, and which is not a very complicated board like previously, supporting the Android or other things. I also working some of the board before, which is the integrated a lot of things and
Hmm.
also involved a lot of engineering and study to before starting on that code. And compared to this, this open source hardware is having the very good market, and we all the open source engineers appreciated for their lot of hard work onto that,
But
and also interfacing with any of the sensors, actuators, or any of the uh, slave devices with
But
this
don't you think in
current.
India
Yeah.
the open source is getting, it's not getting too much advantages in terms of integration? Like if I, as far as I have seen, many startups, they just stop in with Arduino, so they don't enter into internet. So basically they think that Android, if you have an Android, if you have Arduino and or a Raspberry Pi, then you can make a Internet of Thing product. So is that true?
That's it's a completely controversial because do not want to go into any of the organizations or any of the company what they are actually doing internally of their own.
Hmm.
But but it's not like about that stopping about their own existence product and thinking separately about the Internet of Things or launching a new box is having some cost effective things also uh, here coming. So say what the people are using the existing board or the existing ARM architecture.
Hmm.
So if they got the source code which is completely available on the internet, they start making changes on that particular source code, and for that they can use the all their existing board which is currently running the Android or the GNU Linux operating system.
Hmm.
And
So the
yeah, and
main thing is that I feel that if limiting yourself just into Arduino based products would not lead to a very effective industry, right? Because you need to have your own dedicated hardware, and you need to have a good secure system which is compatible to some IEEE standards. Then only the product will be a good player in market. Otherwise it will be limited to few players.
that depends on completely the projects, which projects currently the company is working, and what are the basic requirement and features. What are the features you need to integrate it onto that particular project? So for that, we have to choose the processors and all the architectures about this.
So can you discuss some of your projects, like what all projects you did in IoT in industry?
I have been working on some of the multimedia decoder projects, which 264 multimedia decoding projects, and also some OpenCV project,
Hmm.
which is
So you
one
mean
of
to say
the
those image processing projects?
yes, on multimedia image processing project,
Hmm.
which are baseline about running the Yocto Linux, and the framework we will develop on top of it, so
Hmm.
that the camera will detect the image and start processing according to that. And nowadays, MATLAB is also coming into figure when people start working simulating with MATLAB
Hmm.
for
Yeah,
the complex
mathematical.
yes, image processing development
Hmm.
and some of the signal processing applications on this.
Hmm. So I heard from many people that it's Internet of Things, right? So but Bluetooth is not internet. Bluetooth is just wireless. So how can you say a Bluetooth based system as Internet of Things?
Uh, uh, say once we will design some product, kind of new product is coming, so we do not have to stick on particularly one of the product, and we try to make communication with our nearby devices.
So basically, you are trying to say that you multiplex Bluetooth and Wi-Fi or something like that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, Internet of Things in India. So, what is your view on that? Because in India, the market is very much choosy, you can say, and people go for a product which is well identified and well tested and trusted. but these Internet of Things products are not yet licensed, or you can say not yet licensed to standards. So, how do you think will this Internet of Thing product be in India?
In India, still people are basically in the development phase, design and development of the lot of Internet of Things, and for the secure things and all. Once the product will launch into the market from the development phase to market, so we are implementing some of the protocol technique like Wi-Fi secure mode and other things, so that it will not hack from the outside device. Those who do not know the pass key or kind of what security mode they are
That is
using.
very much important, security, because everything would be in internet, right? Everything would be in cloud. So
Yes.
you need to preserve the data. Otherwise, someone
Uh,
could steal my house.
yes, right. And also for the firmware upgrade and everything, we will put it into the cloud so that it will not affecting the device once it is needed the firmware upgrade. So it will automatically connect it to the internet and to the firmware upgrade about it, their own.
I feel that Internet of Thing in India would be of major use to farmers, because it would make their life very much easy, right?
Not only farmers, so you can say it's a daily
Because
needs
yeah.
for a lot of people like you and me also, and also those who are using their smart TV or the smartphone cameras, their own car. They also need the Internet of Things.
Okay, okay. But still, what I feel is that these technologies should be more used towards the farmers and villages, so that they get developed faster and they come to the same pace as us.
No, it's not. I don't think about this. If you are using the Intel Edison open source platform, the code is written some hard coded. That's what you want to build. You can build everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about your thinking. That what you and also your designing,
Hmm.
your prototype designing. So based on that, you can achieve anything from this.
Okay, Soumya. So, can you share with our friends that how did you come to this stage? Because I've been knowing you since long, and I have seen you towards from struggling days to going and becoming an IoT guy. So, can you share your experience, which can be helpful to everyone?
See, if anyone wants to interested into this particular embedded development side and also the solution of using Linux into their life, so I can say that please be good in C, C++, and apart from that, to learn about the BSP, there is a board support packages for the ARM architecture. So you will get a very good documentations onto the internet, or also on the Linux, Ubuntu, or any of the operating systems environment. So start making changes the code according to your own thinking or according to the new architecture, and get a small open source hardware platform like Nishant said about Raspberry Pi or kind of BeagleBone Black. Uh, for
Vegan
that, you
Bone
have to
Black is also quite famous and cheap, right?
like you will get in around 4,000 INR.
Yeah, one can even start with Arduino also. That's what I feel.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you please start making changes onto that and sensing actuators and sensors interfacing with those particular board, and look into what are the output is coming, uh, and start into the device tree. What are the device tree it will contain? Shell scripting and Python is also very good language, and also using a lot of diverse in the Yocto projects and the embedded Linux development. That's you have to be a very good master about the shell scripting and Python programming language, and C C++ framework is a must.
And finally, the luck, right?
Yeah, luck is also the important exercise.
Yeah.
We can't cut off our luck.
Yeah. Okay, so in the last section of this discussion is I allowed you to discuss about your venture or your blog. So you have the time now.
For the people about entering into this particular industry, embedded industry, please, if you feel that it will be helpful to you, please follow my blog. My blog is
No, you don't need to say
soumyapasak.wordpress.com.
that. I'll just post it so you can find the link below.
Okay. Here I am describing about for the precious new world, newcomers who will enter into this embedded world about the how the booting the Linux systems and some of the trade management, POSIX trade management. Because if anyone is for using start working on the framework development for the Yocto projects or any of the GNU Linux operating system, the first things come into the picture about the POSIX trade for the framework, and also for the porting the new BSP for the new architecture platform for the ARM. So, and little bit going further and step ahead, we discussing about the Yocto project, how it is using in the automotive industries. Yeah, and also I can suggest everyone that in the GitHub, you'll got a lot of kernel source, you've got a lot of projects over the GitHub. So start learning those projects and understand those projects and making changes and submit your changes to the GitHub, to our account or any of the reviewer who is reviewing continuously the code. In our time, we will review the code and we will give our comments that what you need to do further on this.
Nice,
That
nice.
I think should be make a good team and also one of the step ahead to going further into the open source embedded world.
Yeah, so basically it makes a virtual teamwork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything. If you see about how the globally work is going on in the embedded thing, so everything is about remote working and also the telecommuting work kind of things is
I
going on.
call open source as a virtual teamwork.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Hmm.
virtual teamwork.
Yeah, so it was nice talking to you. So yours is the first discussion in my blog. So let's hope we'll be having some more. So thank you for joining the blog.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Soumya. It was nice talking. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys for listening to my first talk series. More talk to come in future. Till then, keep sharing and liking my blog. You can subscribe to my channel from the link given below. Stay updated, stay safe. Ciao. Take care.